Hey, what's going on, guys? Jason here from Poor Man's Preparing, back with another video review, and this time we're going to take a look at the Center Drive Multiool made by Gerber. So let's run that intro and get right to it. Alright, so as usual, we will do the review in order, like other ones, like knife reviews and things. First, we're going to talk about the details of it, then we'll put it through some tests. There is a knife on this, so we'll do a cut test on it. Right there, you see the knife. And then I'll give you my opinion on it. So let's go over the details right now. And number one, the main difference of this and other multi-tools is, of course, the center drive. And they call it that because they put this right in the center of the tool. So if you're using it as intended, it's right there in the center, and you don't have to, like if it was offset, you know what I mean, it'd work different. So it just works a lot easier now. Alright, so now onto the details of it. The closed length is 4.7 inches. The open length with the pliers, that brings it out to 6.6 inches. And it does have spring-loaded needle nose. The weight of it's a little heavy for a multi-tool, just to be honest about it. It's 9.5 ounces. It has rotatable. Let's see if we can zoom in here a little bit. These carbide bar cutters right here, they are rotatable, so you have 3 edges. Then they are also replaceable too, which is good. The blade on it is a full size 3.25 inches 420 high carbon fine edge blade. And we'll see how it cuts here in a little bit. But it does lock in place like all the tools, which is a good feature. The bit holder, it does hold the bits in magnetically, so you ain't got to worry about losing them. It'll hold it right in there well. It won't fall out. I've never had any issues with it so far. Alright, included on here, there is a pry bar / nail puller / bottle opener, a serrated edge knife, if I can get it out of there. It's an awl, which of course you use to, like, say, mark a line or a spot if you want to drill or cut something. And it has a really good file on there. Gerber put some good files on their multi-tool, I think. And they all lock in place with this little black switch right here. You just pull it down and they come unlocked. And on the opposite side of the tool, it has an extra bit carrier, so if you don't want to carry around the bit set that comes with it. So that's a pretty neat feature. Alright, here's the bit set here. It comes in a nice little plastic molded thing. I don't know what to call it, but they hold in there securely. They're not too hard to get out. But it offers you a lot of backup bits, you know, flat heads, X heads, star bits, even a couple square headed, and of course Phillips and flathead. So very cool. Alright, so now onto the sheath. The sheath is made in China, but it's a decent little sheath. You know, it's Velcro, might be a little loud, but it does have separate compartments. One for the multi-tool, and then one for the bit set. And it all secures in there. Very nice. It has, you can mount it 2 different ways. You can wear it like scout style, sideways, on your belt, on your pack, whatever. Or the standard, you can mount it upside down, I guess, if you want to, but, you know, it's got your standard belt loops. So that's about all of the technical things about it. Now we'll just see if the knife cuts and then I'll tell you my opinion on it. Alright, so let's see if this knife here cuts. As always, I'm not the best at the paper cutting thing, so we'll just take it for what it is and see how well this knife does. Not too bad to start. Yep, seems pretty sharp to me there. Okay. Yep, that one didn't go so good. Well, when I can get a good bite on it, it does good. It's definitely not like the more Cansable in my last video, but for a multi-tool, I mean, it does fine. To me, this is just a little backup knife. It's just good to have, or something that you would, if you couldn't carry a fixed blade knife or something like that, or a big folder, it'd do the job. Probably could use some touching up. I've never sharpened it, so I always use the Work Sharp sharpening system to put a little better edge on it, and things seem to cut better after that. So we'll do a little paracord test, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Alright, we're back with the paracord now. Let's see how it cuts. That was like butter. Definitely better than the paper. Yeah, it cuts good. We'll try the double cut. Boom, no problem. So it definitely cuts. So pass that test. Probably did better in that test than it did in the paper test. But of course, it's a lot easier to do this test and not screw it up because you're not very good at it. This one's simple. So it passed it. Alright, so now is the point of the video where I tell you what I think. Now, as a former electrician, I would have absolutely loved to have had this before I left my job to do my own thing, because it just would have been so handy. There's so many times I needed a screwdriver or something that I always had to walk to the front of the shop and come back, which, you know, just took a little time. And this I would have had right on my pocket or right on my belt, and it would have been a big time saver. So that alone is a pretty big deal to me, just to be able to have that. And the one-handed use for the pliers, that's so easy. You just pull them out, push this little button that's right here on the side, and they open easily. Now, it's a little different from like the Gerber diesel. It actually had the button on both sides, which still made it one-handed. Maybe a little bit easier, actually, I think, the diesels. But these work good. Spring-loaded, so they pop open when you need them. Honestly, I don't use the other tools very much. Maybe the file on multi-tools. And this one's actually a pretty good file. All the Gerbers are. So I use them a lot at work too, because a lot of times we had to do some metal work that required some things. You didn't want to burr on the edge of what we were doing. But a good thing about the file is it also works good as a ferro rod scraper with minimal effort. So that's just something a little extra. Of course, they don't advertise that kind of feature, but it does have it. Of course, the lock, I appreciate the tools lock in, and they didn't used to always do that. So that's something I really like about it as well. And again, all the different bits, those would have helped me on the job so much. And the sheath isn't the best. You see there's a little fray coming out of it. It's Velcro, so anytime you're going to get Velcro, you're going to have threads coming off and fraying, because it just does the constant pull on it and stress on it. So, but you know, other than that, it's decent. You could upgrade to a leather sheath, which was probably something I'm going to do in the future, because leather is just better in general, the smell of it and all that. But yeah, overall I think it's a great multi-tool. It can handle a lot of things. and the screwdriver being the main one, but also prying and nail pulling and things like that, cutting wire, stripping wire. Like I said, it would have been something I would have loved to have before I left my job. So, I mean, if you have any kind of job that requires you, to work on anything, a mechanic, this would be great for a mechanic, or just anybody that uses a screwdriver a lot and maybe doesn't want to carry your tool with you all the time. So it's like a mini toolbox right in there. So pretty cool. Usually it's around $100, $115. Sometimes you can catch it on sale for $85, $90. But I'll leave a link in the description to Amazon if you want to check it out. Or of course you can send me an email and show me some support, and I'll give you a good deal on it. So that being said, that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. And remember,